Madam Secretary, I'm really honored and pleased, and thank you very much for coming to the studios of Radio Free Afghanistan. We're really honored. In the past 48 hours that we asked our listeners solicited questions, we have received over 1,000 questions for you. But before I go to the listener's question, Madam Secretary, I would like to get your reaction to the recent controversial marital and family law in Afghanistan, in which even husband can ban wife from going to school, going to the doctor, and so on. Please.
Well, first, let me say how pleased I am to be here with you. This is an important opportunity for me to speak directly to the people of Afghanistan. I know that this radio station is widely listened to, specifically with requests to your question on the new law. I was deeply concerned because I do not think it reflects the values of the vast majority of the people of Afghanistan. It does impose harsh restrictions on women and children. I have expressed my concerns and objections about this law directly to President Karzai. And our President Obama, has spoken about the fact it truly is not in keeping with the direction that Afghanistan has been following. Obviously, I'm hoping that the leadership in Afghanistan will look carefully at it and determine that it is not in the best interests of the people, particularly the women and children of your country.
Thank you very much. Madam Secretary, among all the questions that were sent to us, the number one concern was harm to civilians, including death, injury to women and children, the searching of Afghan homes, harassment of villagers, and detention of innocent people. One listener from Kabul says that these civilian casualties damage the international community but strengthens the opposition. I'll play the audio of this listener to you to see what he says.
زه ډاکټر سمیع الله له کابل څخه د امریکا د خارجه چارو له وزیر څخه دا پوښتنه کوم.
I'm Dr. Sami'ullah Allah from Kabul. I would like to ask the Secretary of State about last year's incident in which 110 innocent civilians died during the bombardment in Shindan district. Among those civilians, one 8-year-old girl was left without anybody, orphaned. What can you say about the future of this little girl?
Well, Doctor, first of all, I deeply regret the loss of civilian life. That is a tragedy whenever and however it occurs. And certainly as a mother, my heart goes out to any child, like this little girl you describe, who finds herself without family resources. And I hope in the year since this happened, she has found a safe place to live and to be brought up in. You know, civilian casualties are something we are working very hard with the government of Afghanistan to prevent. Certainly since the tragic incident that you referred to, there have been changes in military actions and policy. This, however, is a result of the continuing violence perpetrated by the Taliban, Al-Qaeda, and their allies. They launch suicide attacks. They have absolutely no regard for life of any kind. And we know that their continuing actions that disrupt and destroy the fabric of society throughout Afghanistan are ones that have to be stopped if Afghan people are to live in peace and security.
The next question seems like to be coming from a Taliban sympathizer. So,
Ayazi د کونړ ولایت د مانوګي ولسوالۍ د کلیګل د کلی اوسیدونکو تاسو سره مخاطب یم.
I'm Haji Habib from Kabul province. First of all, thank you very much, Mrs. Clinton, for answering the questions of Afghans and Muslims through Radio Ayazi, Radio Free Afghanistan. Thank you also for trying to understand and learn more about the problems of Afghanistan. Secretary of State, during your election campaign, many Muslims had great expectations that your administration would win the minds and hearts of the Muslims. Muslims throughout the world had been very disappointed by the policies of the previous administration. Yet now that your new administration is in place, you have decided to send even more troops to Afghanistan to kill more innocent Afghan children and women and to destroy their homes. What purpose can such a strategy have?
What we wish to do in conjunction with the Afghan government and the Afghanistan National Army is to provide a space of safety and security for all people to live and conduct their business. Adding these additional troops, along with more civilian workers, focusing on areas that we've been advised are important to the people of Afghanistan, like agriculture, is a way for the United States and other countries to be committed to Afghanistan's future.
Well, thank you. Many Afghans seem to be very upset and frustrated with the corruption within the Afghan government and its ability to perform. We have a listener.
Assalamu alaikum. As Kabul صحبت میکنم. من سلام خدا و احترامات خدا برای همه کارکنان رادیو آزادی تقدیم میکنم.
Salam, I'm talking from Kabul. My regards to Radio Azadi employees, and I ask you not to censor my question to Mrs. Clinton, so we didn't. If Mrs. Clinton wants to solve the Afghan conflict, she needs to meet with the Afghan people and not the Afghan government to talk about their problems. This is because 80% of the government is made of murderers, irresponsible people, smugglers, drug dealers, and dishonest people. In addition, Afghan women deserve economic and political support. But unfortunately, they're not getting it.
I agree with the questioner, and I am certainly grateful that this question was asked. It was not censored in any way. I think corruption is a major problem in Afghanistan, and I have spoken out about it. President Obama has spoken out about it. Our Special Representative Richard Holbrooke has spoken out about it. And we're going to do all we can to take steps to try to prevent and eliminate corruption. It's a cancer. It eats away at the confidence and the trust of the people in their government. And I want to just add one more word about women. I have been so impressed by the dignity, the beauty, the commitment of the women of Afghanistan. They deserve respect from the men and their families. They deserve opportunities and rights from their government. And they deserve to make choices for their own lives.
Madam Secretary, we're not going to put all these 1,000 questions for you, but thank you very much. It was a pleasure and an honor to have you here.
Well, and I thank you. I thank you for the service that Radio Free Afghanistan provides, but I mostly thank the people of Afghanistan for their unswerving commitment to their country, to their hope for a better future. And I want to pledge that I will work with you. I will listen to you. We will consult. And we will do our very best to fulfill our part of making that future possible for the people of your country.
Thank you very much.